Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Lincoln Journal-Star's Four Downs. Luke Mullin coming at you from Memorial Stadium, where it's officially jacket or coat weather. We've reached that point in the year, but exciting news while we were talking to coordinators Bill Busch and Mark Whipple. 2023 conference schedule released by the Big Ten. Some quick details to share with you. I think most interesting thing is Nebraska opens the season at Minnesota week 1 on the road. We already knew that, but going to be a Thursday game, that one, so not quite week 0, but still a little bit earlier than the rest of the nation, getting started with the season. The other key takeaways, the other road games, Illinois, Michigan State, and Wisconsin, and then at home Nebraska will get Michigan, Northwestern, Purdue, Maryland, and Iowa. Of course, Black Friday game as usual for that Iowa contest. Already knew the non-conference. That was locked in place already, but good to get those 2023 conference matchups set up. Obviously these teams will be different, seeing how it'll shake out, but key takeaways, no Ohio State, no Penn State, of course. So, getting Michigan and Michigan State as two of those key teams. Wisconsin, as always, they're in the Big Ten West. Quite an interesting schedule. Kind of similar to this year, a few different, crossover opponents from the East, of course. But last year, those divisions before Big Ten moves to a new format there in 2024. Again, conference schedule just came out this morning. But a few updates that we heard from the coordinators. First thing, for Mark Whipple, talking a little bit about the need for better execution in the run game. Especially against Purdue, Anthony Grant, one of the top, key offensive players for this team, really got bottled up, didn't get the chance to, run as much as he did. And a big part of that was obviously the game script, Nebraska behind, needing to score quickly. But Whipple talking today about the need for just better execution. If you're breaking off, those 4 or 5 yard carries as opposed to, 2 or 3, that makes it a lot easier to run even when you're trailing. And he's seen good improvements here. First couple of days of practice, Nebraska returning from that bye week. He's feeling that the run game will be better, better equipped, to deal with the tough Indiana front five that they run. But a couple of injury updates, of course, as well. They're on the defensive side of the ball. We learned earlier this week Nick Heinrich out for the rest of the season with a knee injury. But Bill Busch shared today Luke Reimer will be back, ready to lead that inside linebacker position. You had those two guys, Heinrich and Reimer, coming into the year who you thought were going to be those veteran, leaders in the middle of the field. Both those guys been dinged up, missed time. Now with Heinrich out for the season, Reimer takes on an even bigger importance. Chris Kolarvik, Ateva Maga-Clemens, Ernest Hausman, all in the mix there, of course, for time at backup linebacker. Heard Garrett Snodgrass is getting healthy again after suffering some injuries as well. So those guys will all be in the mix, but Reimer, the key leader there, a leader by example, Bill Busch said. And in the secondary, the other key absence, Marcus Buford suffered a contusion there against Purdue, had bothered him kind of a little bit heading into the game, aggravated it, and had to be pulled. Of course, Phelan Sanford, he came in, I thought played a pretty decent role, for a guy who hadn't played very much this year. But Buford, he's back. He's 100%. He's ready to go. He'll be out there against Illinois. I think that's all we got here. Hearing from the coordinator's new schedule release. Of course, we'll be back here at Memorial Stadium on Saturday. 2:30 kick, Illinois comes to town. Appreciate all of you tuning in to today's Four Downs. I've been Luke Mullin, and we'll see you there on Saturday.